Good morning, Bombers. I'm Megan Kostrowski.
And I'm Sierra Thompson, and this is Atomic TV. Seniors, please plan to pick up your cap and gowns on May 29th during both lunches in the cafe. Attention Spanish International Club members, come during 2140 on Thursday, May 30th, right after school, to elect officers for next year.
Seniors, we are so glad you accessed the wonderful resources here at RHS, but now it's time to return them. As soon as you're done with that library book, your Chromebook, any textbooks, please return them as soon as possible. Textbooks should go to your teachers, library materials and Chromebooks/chargers should come to the library.
And here's Trent.
Hey Bombers, I'm here with Divine, who recently took first place at the Goodwill Fashion Show. Divine, tell us a little bit about that.
So the Goodwill Fashion Show is just where schools around the Tri-Cities participate in making their own clothing donated by Goodwill.
So what did your dress look like?
My dress, it started out as a blouse and a skirt until midway through the runway I tore it off and it turned into a beautiful red dress.
Awesome, so here's a clip to show you that. So what was the prize that you won for getting first place?
The prize for first place was $800 in Richland's pocket.
Wow, that's awesome. Did you make the dress yourself or did you have people help you?
The dress was made by a team of mine, Mary Lynn, Caillou, of course a few others. I did help with some of the sewing, but for the most part I was just the model.
Well, that's really cool. Thank you, Divine. Back to the studio.
GSA is holding a second-hour supply drive for My Friend's Place. The class with the highest number of donated items will receive Spud Nuts compliments of GSA. My Friend's Place is a local shelter that supports homeless teens. Their current needs are
Paper towels, small trash bags, liquid hand soap, tape, sticky notes, copy paper, hydrogen peroxide, and rubbing alcohol. Teachers, if you start stockpiling donations, please contact Mrs. Wietzma to have a student come to get them. The supply drive will go to June 6th. If you're interested in being an officer for the French Club next year, please come to Madame's room right after school today.
Hello Bombers, Richland High School here. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, and every Monday we will have a video that gives information about mental health. Throughout this series, we will cover 13 important questions regarding mental health. Our goal is to educate and inform our students and faculty. We want to break the stigma and bring light to the subject. Who gets PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder?
So people can get post-traumatic stress disorder by having like a traumatic experience such as a car accident or anything like that.
Anyone can get PTSD. It can be from growing up in an abusive household or having something very traumatic happen to you, and it just can happen to anybody.
Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, can occur at any age. PTSD develops in some people who have experienced a shocking, scary, or dangerous event or know somebody that has it. This includes war veterans, survivors of physical and sexual assaults, abuse, accidents, and many other traumatic events. Not all people who have experienced a traumatic event will develop PTSD. Indeed, most will not. Physiological reactions related to the trauma may be present as recurrent, intrusive thoughts, nightmares, flashbacks, and/or hallucinations. Symptoms usually occur within 3 months of the event, but may also begin years later. Recovery can occur within 6 months, while others have symptoms that last much longer. How does ADHD correlate with mental health?
ADHD is correlated with mental health because it's a mental health disorder that causes lack of attention span.
ADHD is a common mental disorder of behavior that begins in childhood and can continue through adolescence and adulthood. It is characterized by a persistent pattern of hyperactivity, impulsivity, and substantial difficulties with sustained attention that is outside the norm and can impair school, home, and relationships with peers. It is normal for kids to have some inattention, unfocused motor activity, and impulsivity, but for those with ADHD, these behaviors are more severe and occur more often. An estimated 9% of kids between the ages of 3 and 17 have ADHD. ADHD has a genetic component and is more common in boys than in girls. True or false? Is suicide a mental disorder?
I believe it's true because I think suicide is a combination of many mental illnesses.
False. Suicide itself is not a mental disorder, but one of the most important causes of suicide is mental illness, which is treatable. What are some suicide risk warning signs?
Some suicide risk warning signs are either coming out and actually saying you want to kill yourself or changing behavior and being sad.
Suicide threats, both direct, like I'm going to kill myself, and indirect, like I wish I could fall asleep and never wake up. Giving away prized possessions. Preoccupation with death in conversation, writing, drawing, and social media. Changes in behavior, appearance, hygiene, thoughts, and or feelings. This can include someone who is typically sad but suddenly becomes extremely happy. And emotional distress. Always take warning signs seriously and never promise to keep them secret. Be sure to let an adult know.
Have a good day, Bombers.
Now please stand for the pledge.